All right, we're gonna continue our marble little lesson, and I have my scumbled surface. Ooh, it's nice and warm because I put it out in the sunlight. And we're gonna start creating veins and texture. So what I've got is some gray paint that I mixed up, and a spray bottle with water, and a wet sponge, and it's basically going to be very watery and kind of odd, but this is just how we're going to do it. Textures in marble's interesting. It's got a lot of spots to it and like fluid, and almost looks like it has cracks in it. Almost looks like it has real veins, like it's bleeding or something, but it's just the veins of the marble. So water's really going to help things kind of flow, and help us create that texture. Especially the sponge too. Make sure you get the sponge or a wet rag. I promise I tried doing this with wet paper towel, and it just wasn't working very well. So the sponge is best. I think I gave you guys a sponge in your packet, so get the sponge, okay? And it's not dripping wet, okay? I'm going to just spray the surface of this with water, like a decent amount. Okay. And I'm going to start adding some of this gray paint. I'm going to water it down just a little bit so it's nice and loose. And we want our veins of the marble to follow the direction of the scumble that we made. We're not going to do straight lines. The veins tend to be kind of jagged. They're not very smooth. They're much more jagged, kind of like nervous, frenetic energy. So I'm going to keep that in mind. And something that I do, this is kind of weird, to make sure that it looks like I'm not trying too hard to make this look natural, I actually close my eyes and do it. Yeah, so just to get it started. There we go. That way there's like no expectations. As long as I'm generally going in that direction, I should be good to go. Okay. Make some of them look like they're coming off the side. I'm peeking every once in a while. Oh, more jaggedness. There we go. And if it looks like awful to you or something, it's okay because we're going to do this like a bunch of times. Okay. And while it's still wet, what you want to do is start sponging it. And it almost starts to like sponge it away, but that's okay. And as you see, you start creating that texture that you see in marble. That's sort of, I don't even know what to call it. It's like odd, almost like webbing. So sponge over your veins. Okay, and it's like, cool, I just lost a bunch of them. That's okay, because we're going to keep doing this. So I'm actually going to go over this again. I'm going to go over the ones I kind of already did, and I'm going to probably create some new ones. Just remember, keep them jagged. I watched something where it said, I did a little research. I'm not going to lie, I watched some other videos too. It's been a long time since I worked with my Scenic coach in college. So I was like, what's the deal? I needed a revamp on this. So I'm trying to take what I've learned and really tailor it to what you guys can do at home. And we can do it this way. I'm going to be honest, in college, we used feather dusters to do marble, and I'm not going to count on the fact that you all have a feather duster at your house, and I'm going to count on the fact that if you did have a feather duster, you wouldn't want to ruin it trying to paint marble. So we're going to leave the feather dusters out of this, although with so many pigeons in my room that you guys know about, I probably could have made a feather duster by now, but I haven't. Okay. Anyway, I was doing some research, looking at marble too, and noticing there's like thickness and thinness and lines, and see how it's already starting to come together. I'm going to pause this video. I'm gonna let you do that, and then we'll do another round of this.